we're at this custom home, which is for sale, but the big reason we wanted to do this video is because a lot of you guys who live in Boise or maybe you're moving here, you're thinking about custom. There's a lot of things that you guys don't know about, especially one that's price point. You guys would be surprised at the low price points that you can start with custom homes, which give you tons of options. So we wanted to walk you through this house. It's a super awesome house. There's a really cool feature in the kitchen. The master bathroom is absolutely insane, and there's a Brady approved shower in there.
Might be the best house we've shown on YouTube so far, and it is available, and it was fully custom built, which again, we're going to talk through why it's not as intimidating as it sounds to custom build a home in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, and we actually have the custom builder with us to answer questions, go through all the secret little features that you don't really see or get to know about unless you have the builder with you. So we're going to walk through with the builder, give you guys an idea of kind of what custom building would be like in Boise, whether you're looking to upgrade and you've lived here, you want to build a custom house, or you're moving here and you want to maybe go to Emmett, buy some land, build a custom house, or you just want to build a custom house in town, which is something that you can do. So let's go meet Adam Schaffner with Schaffner Homes and take a look at this house.
So we're standing in the master suite of this custom build with the builder, Adam Schaffner. So super excited to get him on here. And as we're touring, point out some of the cool features you decided to build into this home. But yeah, I guess starting in here, obviously we've got the amazing vaulted ceiling.
Starting with 18-foot ceilings here. Yeah, we custom beam work throughout the whole house. Everything's matching in stained alder. We did the built-in dressers here with the beverage center.
That's awesome.
Just kind of gives you that hotel feel.
Oh, that thing's sweet. I mean, yeah, to have that built in. And then we were joking because Adam's working with some clients of ours building a house, and we were saying we could put the Pepsis and the beers in here so he doesn't have to go far from the master bedroom. Yeah.
You don't want to have to walk that extra 20 feet to go to the kitchen.
Your own little getaway in here. I mean, that's what a master suite, especially at a custom home in this price range, should be. Is like, this should feel like a getaway. I mean, when you come home, you're separate, you have all your amenities in here, and obviously enough space to kind of just hang out and chill and get away from it all.
This will even handle 120-inch television.
Oh, there you go. Fine. I mean, that's great, because I go through Costco, I'm like, how are TVs getting this big? But at least you have a space for it.
In here with all the windows throughout this entire house is all pre-wired for blinds, and that will connect into your home brain system, your computer system, that you can app control.
Yeah, which when we show you guys the brain system, it's absolutely insane. But I like that, Adam, because for these windows that are up higher, especially as you guys will see in the living room, which is an insane living room, you don't have to worry about dealing with the blinds. You just hit a button and those things will come down. And so it's a cool feature that you don't get in a lot of homes. And these are one of the things with custom homes that you guys can get, right, Jesse? I mean, a lot of this stuff is things that we want you guys to know, is also the price point, which we'll talk about in a little bit, that you guys will be surprised by. But you can do lots of little custom things that you can't do in a lot of these communities that we tour. So this is why we wanted to do this. And as we go through the house, we'll talk more and more about some of these things, price points, how you guys want to go about it. So just keep that in mind as we tour through this house.
Yeah, yep. And then obviously leading to the master bathroom here, which have a few finishing touches on the shower, but luckily the contractors aren't here right now. So getting this one finished up, because again, it is available and for sale, but I mean, tons of space. Obviously the gorgeous standalone tub, your dual vanities. So you have all the, separation is needed, but the shower, which Brady mentioned, is Brady approved. Yeah. We've got to take a look at that.
Adam, right, this is a steam shower.
So this is a dual head steam shower with the separate wand, and I love music, so we even put speakers in here. So this is also connected into the home computer system, so you can have surround sound throughout the home. We oversized this steam unit as well, so that it is extremely efficient and extremely
love the
strong. So,
lots of steam.
Yeah, it's tough to.
Love the inline drain too. You don't just have this big circle in the middle of the floor to break up the tile. Like, that's, again, those small details, you might not see walking through a home, but when you get to build a custom home, you can really key in on those from a builder who's done it before.
Yeah, so the suite shower, this window I love too, having that you don't see windows that big in bathrooms very often. So when you're taking a bath or just being in here brings in that natural light, especially in the winter. Then your standard closet, is there anything special in here? I think it's just, you guys have the awesome built-ins in this house.
Yeah, we did the floor-to-ceiling shoe rack, but one of the things that we do on all of our houses is pre-wire for wireless Wi-Fi access points. So they're all ceiling mounted throughout the house, and you don't have that interaction issue where you put a router on top of a shelf in a closet somewhere and it's automatically kind of muffled, where that signal's muffled. These are what you would see in any commercial application, hotels, hospitals, and that is a perfect signal that just blankets the home.
Yeah, that makes sense. You got full power wherever you're at. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Awesome. And then, we'll head over to the living area, which is super cool. We'll let the contractors get back in here, and we'll be here back in a second. So now we're at the front of the house, and you guys are going to see these have amazing high ceilings. And once we walk into this kitchen area, it's absolutely awesome. But wanted to first talk with you and Adam about some of the price points that we mentioned at the beginning that I think will be surprising to a lot of you. So we talked about like $600,000 to $700,000 is actually some of the lowest points that you can build a custom home, right?
Yeah, due to land prices, that's about where you're.
Yep. Yeah, but I would think like a lot of you guys think, oh, custom house, that's $1 million, $2 million home. But for some of you who are local, who maybe want to upgrade, or you just want more of your retirement home to have for 10, 20 years, an option like that for some of you is something that I think most people wouldn't know about. And of course, you can go all the way up to the $1 million, $2 million homes as well, which we can touch on. And the process would be, you mentioned land prices. You can buy land that it is just randomly developed on its own, correct? Like if it's just a single lot. And then I know you just mentioned you've been building in TerraView. So some of the communities that we tour, you can even build it as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of these communities will sell individual lots to builders or end users as well. Yeah. And then we would just go in, design the house for that lot, find out their use, their needs, and move on with that process. Yeah.
And with all of this too, you obviously can fully customize a floor plan, right?
Yeah.
Or you can do something where you tour a home like this and you say, I love this floor plan, let's build it somewhere else. What's the difference in timeline between those two? I think one of them that people will be surprised by.
Well, a custom house like this, is going to be between 7 and 9 months.
Yeah.
And that doesn't include the design process. The design process on something like this where you come in and you just want this home placed somewhere else is only maybe less than a month. However, full custom design might take several months to accomplish.
Okay, so then a home like this where we tour a floor plan that you may already have built out is 7, 9 months. And then if they wanted to do a fully custom, it'd be more like 12, maybe even 14. Was that?
14 is on the long side.
But this is exactly what we're talking about. Is like most people think when you build a custom home, it's 2 years out and it's a whole long process. But to know that it takes the same amount of time to build a custom home with a guy like Adam as it would be to buy a home in some of these communities we tour and build with them, it's almost the same time frame. And so you don't get some of these cool features that we'll continue to see throughout this house. There's one that in the kitchen that is absolutely insane. There's some hidden stuff that I know Adam's going to mention that you can't see on camera. And so being able to add little things like that for the same timeline and having this price point is just something that we really wanted you guys to know about and touch on before we toured the rest of this house.
Yeah, definitely biggest takeaways, for this entire video really is the custom home ability out here in Boise. It's for most people very surprising. You can build a custom home, whether it's an existing floor plan or a brand new one, in under a year, sometimes closer to 7 to 9 months, and at a price point that fits almost every budget from 600 to $2+ million. You have that ability out here. So again, very surprising. I think misunderstood from a lot of home buyers. So trying to get that information out there to as many.
Yeah, exactly. And right now, obviously, reach out to me and Jesse, shoot us a text or a call if you guys have questions on, buying or selling, but also reach out to us and we can connect you with Adam. If you guys watch this video or you've been thinking about custom building, like I said, we're working with Adam right now with some clients and he's been awesome. he's worked with Jesse on some developments too. And so he's also a great guy, and it's a really cool process going through this. So shoot us a text or a call if you guys have any questions. But now we'll go through the rest of this awesome house, which is nothing to make light of. I mean, this thing is awesome as well. Right here off the front, this would be, I mean, more of your office. And there's actually a second office too.
It is. We call it a flex room. So you can do so much with it. It could be a billiard room. It could be an office. It could be, a sitting room, dining room, you name it.
I mean, all the finished carpentry work I love, but I also like the variety of colors. Some of the rooms could easily be masculine or feminine. Like I could see this being a poker room. I could see this being a library or a sitting room, for morning tea and coffee. So the flexibility in the design is very impressive. So something that stood out to me as I was walking through.
For sure, yeah. And I mean, even the high-end like windows like this all the way down to the floor, amazing touch in here. And then right off the front too, we have the living room behind us. You have the master that we were in at the beginning of the video down here to the right, but we want to take you guys into this living area because it's obviously grand. I mean, you got the 20-foot ceilings, you have the beams up top. This fireplace goes all the way up to the top, and all these built-in shelvings is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, as good as these cameras are, I still have to pan all the way up to actually get the seat.
Yeah, and you guys will see it too when we head upstairs. You guys will kind of get a look down, but you guys can see how grand this house is. And before we head upstairs and then show you some of our favorite features in this kitchen, including one that you don't see hardly ever that's awesome, we wanted to walk you guys through kind of what the process would be like if you were to reach out to Adam or to us and kind of start this process. I'd say first step would probably be buying land, or would it be talking to you first?
Well, that's a good question. It really depends on... I think you should come to me first, only because we can kind of figure out what your needs are, the overall idea of the house that you want, and then find the lot to place it on. Not all lots are the same. They're not all, they do require some massaging by the contractor to make it work, and some flat out won't work. It might be your favorite lot in the world, and it still just wouldn't work for your needs.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and I just to add a piece to that too is you being a builder in the industry, knowing the developers, knowing the communities. As a home buyer directly searching for that, you're probably not going to see more than 20% of what's available. So actually going to the builder, going to your real estate agent to go find that piece of land or know about it, because it's not going to be listed a lot of times, is going to be very valuable.
That's a great point, yeah, because you're going to have more connections as a builder than even we might. So,
well, the one we sold this morning, it wasn't on the market, and we just happen to have relationships with the developer.
Exactly, yeah. So then, obviously, meet with you, figure out kind of what's wanting, buy the land, and then from there, I know we mentioned a little bit earlier, but then it's kind of the design process and choices, right?
That's correct. Yep. Just we'll either take an existing plan and modify it as necessary, or we can just take a whole brand new plan and build it from scratch. We have designers that will work with us and take as long as we need. And they're very patient. They do this for a living, and we really come up with a neat end product that should fit everything that you want in a custom home.
For sure. Good. And then, design, and then obviously the build process starts, which is mostly self-explanatory. Mm-hmm. Is there anything to note in there that people would need to know about as far as building with you?
Well, no, there's if you're an out-of-area client, there's a few considerations. A couple different places in the build that you're going to want to come to town to be on site for those decisions. Okay. Other than that, we have a great program where I take pictures of the property multiple times per week. Those are all uploaded to a portal for the client, so they can see them anywhere in the world, ask questions, interact with not only me, but my subcontractors through that portal. So it's a nice thing if you're an out-of-area client to be able to kind of keep an eye on the build process and make sure everything's going correctly.
As an opportunity to kind of brag on Adam here is, one thing is you get access to him. You have communication all of the time, which you don't always get with other custom builders or processes. And so it's a really cool thing that you do to make people feel a part of the process and be in constant communication. So it's not as stressful as I think it would be with other people. So yeah, what you said, that portal is a really cool thing that Adam does too. So yeah, with that, I mean, that's the general process. We talked about some of the timelines, and if you guys, reach out. If you guys have any questions, we'll connect you guys with Adam, and yeah, it'd be great.
Awesome. Well, yeah, we'll keep touring the home. We'll let Adam get back to his thing, and
I'm around if you need me.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might catch him in the kitchen when we show that last, and again, that hidden feature that we're gonna save for the end that you guys want to make sure you stay and keep an eye out for it.
For sure.
Absolutely. All right. My pleasure.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Okay. Now, I mean, you guys obviously saw this. One thing is I thought was unique with this house is these 3 doorways versus sliding glass doors. It gives you that more kind of traditional, almost country feel, even though we're in a modern style home. It really feels homey, especially with this fireplace here. Other than that, I mean, the chandelier is awesome, which you guys will see in some of the shots. And then we'll save this kitchen area for the end. And before we head upstairs, I wanted to show you guys this. It's kind of like the motherboard. It's the brains of the house, and I'll talk about why in a second, but all of those cords are for everything that's technological in this house, and that's substantially more than you see anywhere else.
Yes, luckily, any of your low voltage, stereo and TV equipment techs will know exactly what they're doing in there, because yeah, that's a lot of wires and a lot of connections. But the fact that it's already built in there, I mean, it's going to be so easy for them to hook up the home security, the surround system, the automated blinds, all that stuff.
Yeah, as you guys saw, it's already kind of built in. So we saw it in the shower. There's stereos in the shower. And then in the walls that you can't see, there are speakers in the walls as well. So it's little things like that touring a house nobody might know about, but if you have access to the builder or you do it yourself, there's things that you would never notice, like speakers in the walls or a security system that's already built in so you can have cameras around your house, stuff like that. So that's what that motherboard would be for. And yeah, now we'll head upstairs and you guys will get a good view of down here, but this house is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I love the floating shelves, which obviously we're seeing a lot. The under cabinet lighting is a great touch, but I really like the light fixtures up here high on the wall. It just breaks up this big, huge wall, and you could put some art below it, but I just like that little extra touch that, again, you probably won't see in a spec home, just because there's not necessarily a need for it. But when you're custom building a home, you want to have all those little extra special features.
Okay, now, yeah, we're upstairs now. Obviously, you can see overlooking the bottom. Just super grand. I mean, up here looking down on people hanging out down there, you can see these 20-foot ceilings. It really makes this feel big and grand. And then up here you have 2 spare bedrooms. So you have one here, one there, and then you have a 3rd bedroom down here that we'll take a look at. We'll go into one of these because they're just mirrors of each other, but you have, the 9-foot ceilings and pretty much the 9-foot doors. And it's going to be pretty standard in your luxury homes like this with the extra finishes here. You still have the luxury windows upstairs as well. And this community too that we're in, so we're out in Eagle, Idaho is where we're at, in Arana Farms, and these are all going to be luxury style custom built homes on the higher end versus what we talked about earlier. We're not far from downtown Eagle in this home in particular, because again, this home is actually for sale. So we get a kind of a dual where we talk about custom and this house is for sale. And one cool thing that I loved is actually there's 2 bathrooms up here. So this bathroom in here was actually built originally for people to live in. And so they custom built it for their family, but then they had to do other things. So this was built for their daughter. So it had a more feminine, kind of lighter feel, which is one of those things that you can do with these fully custom houses, is you can customize it to your family, versus the other bathroom, which I'll have to remember where it's at. It is back here. Okay. Is built for the son, and it's a much more masculine, dark tiled bathroom, as you guys can see, right? You have the dark countertops, you have this really cool gray pattern tile on the back.
Yeah, that tile is
really cool. Yeah. And so
Get it on camera.
I mean, this might be the first spare bathroom that is Brady approved shower, because this is super sweet. That tile is absolutely super cool.
master bathroom shower that I take. That's it.
Yeah. But just wanted to touch on that with these bathrooms, because having that customizability to be able to do that for your family is something that's super cool. And even if you don't want this, 3,000 plus square foot home for your family, you can do stuff like that in a smaller home, which is a really cool option. And then your third bedroom is over here, kind of around the corner, tucked away, more private. I'm sure the daughter wanted to stay away from her brother. She wanted to be tucked away. And then you get the view right here. You have the canal, so you have a little bit of space, but definitely a smaller lot. But we are out here in Eagle, so definitely to be expected with how close we are to the city.
Yeah, and like Brady mentioned, Arano Farms is this community, and it's really just a handful of homes. They're all similar size and price range, right in Eagle, so kind of a pocket community, you could say. There is a little private lake here for fishing and water activities, but really it's the homes and the location to Eagle that have really driven $1.5 to $2.5 million buyers out in this area. And of course, at the end, we'll kind of talk through the actual price point of this home. But one of the things with custom homes that people are surprised by is the price difference between a very similar spec. So a lot of times the value for what you're getting in a custom home, you actually get more, a lot of times for less price than some of the custom homes that you'll see out there. And the reason is there's financing costs, there's building, holding costs for these builders that all does get transferred over to the buyer who's going to pay for that. Whereas if you come in, if you're able to self-fund, great. If you're able to self-finance, that is going to save you a ton too. But by custom building, you take out a lot of those extra fees and save that and essentially move in with equity.
Yeah. I mean, we were just talking about, in a community, able to build a custom home for almost $500,000 less than the one next door that you would buy as a spec. And so you get that essentially equity in your pocket. And so what Jesse's talking about is another aspect of custom building that people may not think of, and I think is definitely a benefit if you have interest in doing that. So
for sure.
Yeah. Now we can head downstairs to the kitchen, which is my absolute favorite part. And there's a really cool feature in that kitchen that I want to show you guys. So we'll head downstairs and check it out. Okay, yeah, now we're in the kitchen. I mean, this thing is absolutely insane. You have the waterfall island, which you can't go wrong with. And then one of my favorite things in kitchens that I love personally is having the sink with these windows to look out, watch people, your kids hang out in the backyard, or if you're entertaining, you can kind of watch on everybody. You have the stone countertops all throughout, and then this super cool feature to match the fireplace that was in the living room gives you really this country style throughout this house, with kind of a modern farmhouse mixed with your more country, almost like, I don't know, cabin-y kind of vibe. But I love it.
Natural wood components, but it's not over the top. I mean, it's a really good design where you have a mix of, like you said, upstairs and even down here, some more masculine, some more feminine touches, but lots of white, like we're seeing is popular, but not everything white. You have stone, you have wood, you have white. It's a great balance.
Yeah, and then you obviously have the 6-burner stove, so a little bit higher end, different appliances. And then there's one section we missed over in the front of the house that I mentioned it a little bit, but there's actually 2 offices in this house. So you have another little mini butler's pantry right here in the hallway. And then you have the second office off of the kitchen to give you more of a closed off office space versus the front, which didn't have the door. And so you can have 2 working areas, or one is a library and one is an office. And this is right off the front of the house. And then in this hallway, you also have a half bath right here for when you have people over and stuff. So little things that are kind of tucked away, you don't even really notice they're here, which I think is nice because it makes the home feel small, but then there's usable space that not everybody necessarily notices. And then going back through from the front of the house, and we'll head to what I think is personally our favorite feature of this house, and something that you just don't get in most homes, is this little secret compartment right here that walks you into what is essentially could be a secondary kitchen. And it actually has motion sensing lights, but you have a microwave in here, you have a huge countertop space, and like if you were to build this home, you could easily put another cooking spot in here. So This is a true butler's pantry, but it's hidden and something that you just don't find. And I think it's a super cool feature. It's kind of that wow factor, right? Like you have someone over and you open those doors. I remember the first time I saw this, I was like, dang, okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, go grab that in the pantry. And wait, where's the pantry?
Exactly, yeah.
It's a little surprise for guests or family that are visiting.
Yep, so yeah, super cool feature. Something that, again, in these custom homes you can get, you don't see this too often. So again, this home's for sale. And as a reminder, me and Jesse we're trying to have a friendly competition and beat other realtors in the area. We'd love you guys to join in on the community and try and get us to at least 1,000 subscribers and catch up to everyone else here. So subscribe to the channel. Also reach out if you guys have questions. We're super grateful that Adam was able to kind of meet with us and give you guys some information and some of these touches that he does. And he's a really cool guy. I've loved working with him. Jesse's loved working with him. And so yeah, reach out if you guys have questions. But this home is also for sale. It's listed at right around 1.8 million. And we're obviously here in Eagle, but for all of the features you get, the size of this home, over 3,000 square feet, the master bedroom. I mean, it's an awesome house and a really cool small community right here just outside of downtown Eagle. So obviously if you're interested in that, but also if you guys want something a little bit lower price point, but you want to stay in Eagle, check out this video here. We go through Stag's Crossing, which is just down the way. It's a little bit closer to the foothills. You have similar style homes that are, you know, more on the custom side, but you also get lower price point. They're a little bit bigger lots too, and it's a really cool community. So check that video out. We appreciate you guys watching.